Good morning, Cubaneros. So, as we see, Newt Gingrich has tossed his hat into the U.S. Republican ring for 2012. Or Gangrene, as I used to call him back in Clinton days, at his first attempt to wreck the U.S. government. I had hoped that they would pick Donald Trump, but of course they won't, precisely because he's a malignant oaf and gutter demagogue who recently praised the use of torture, but it was at least honest enough to use the word. No, this Newton is out to reverse the law of gravity and make sure all the apples of this planet fall up into the hands of those above, leaving those below to beg, steal, or pay through the anus. Not even the devil in the Garden of Eden crawled so low on his belly. As proof is his statement in his YouTube announcement that we, meaning his corporate sponsors, are going to insist on imposing these reforms to those who resist. This is a pure call to dictatorship. It couldn't be any plainer. Where the likes of Walker has done or attempted at the state level, President Gangrene, I mean the future President Gingrich, would do at the national level in a decentralized America. Though I get the feeling that under him, the USA would become a Central America, in fact, which was at one time a federation also. We see what prosperity local self-government has brought to the North American Isthmus. Under a President Gangrene, I'll get it right yet, Gingrich, you good white folk might have to illegally jump the border into Mexico to find a job. And what are these reforms that he will insist on imposing on those who resist? Well, yes, Walkerism on a national scale. Gingrich, after all, campaigned with Walker in his Wisconsin gubernatorial race, endorsed him all through the Union debacle of 6 weeks ago. He will provoke the country to the brink of civil war, and what mechanisms of state this libertarian will employ to guarantee his imposition one can well imagine, with the U.S. Patriot Act still in force that can put anyone in any group on the terrorist list by executive fiat. And of course, like all tyrants, he'll believe that he has the people behind him, that only a troublemaking minority is making all the ruckus, and so repressing them will not do any serious harm to democracy, the rule of law, and other phrases of the Constitution, which is kind of routinely used for toilet paper. Progressive folks in this alleged land of the free need to have a firm idea of the ugly future that awaits you if this clown is elected. Once again, we're to be given a Goldwater versus Johnson choice, a farce of a choice, if Ron Wayne Newton gets the nomination. And given the corporate funding that's always stood behind him, I see this as a great, even likely possibility. We, therefore, must insist on not being imposed upon. When Newt's foot comes stepping down on us, don't try to tickle it, stick a thumbtack in it. Of course, he'll cry terrorism, but that's always the language of the professional bully and aggressor. To claim victim status whenever he gets as he's given. Give him something to cry about. To knock on the phone. Wonder what took this one so long. Hello? This is who? My Regional Office of Homeland Security? Hey, glad you called. I heard the usual gun and knife show crowd at McDonald's discussing what caliber of bullet could be called presidential. Well, you want to talk to me instead? It's not terrorism for God-fearing veterans to BS over morning Java, but advocating disrespect and disobedience to even a GOP candidate is something else. And I should have known better before I even began this?